Are you waiting to get it all right before you feel good about your money? Well, it's time to break that cycle. In this episode of Wealth and Wisdom Together, we expose the trap of perfectionism and share how you can start making progress right where you are. Peace, it really doesn't come from being perfect, it comes from progress. Plus, we'll tell you how to grab our free audio experience and join the wait list for the Wealth and Wisdom Steward Circle. So you're ready when enrollment opens. Now, don't miss it. Enrollment is coming soon. So be ready. Don't miss it.
Welcome to Wealth and Wisdom Together, the podcast that guides Christian women to financial fulfillment by walking boldly in your steward identity.
We're your hosts, Willa Williams and Wesley Eccles, founders of Trinity Financial Coaching and Sisters in Faith, here to help you align your money with your vision.
If you're a high achieving woman earning well but still wondering, why don't I feel further along? You aren't the only one who feels that way. And we're here to remind you that your path to wealth is unique and spirit-led.
That's why each episode equips you to manage money confidently, live life purposefully, and build wealth intentionally without compromising what matters most.
Because you're listening or watching, you're already on the path. This podcast is here to help you keep going with faith, clarity, and real-life strategy.
So like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss another episode, any episode at all. We're on this journey together. Welcome back to Wealth and Wisdom Together, where we help you manage money confidently, live life purposefully, and build wealth intentionally. I'm Willa.
And I'm Wesleya. We're your financial coaches walking with you on your faithful journey toward financial fulfillment.
Let's start with a story that might sound familiar. Meet Alicia. She makes a good salary, but her money feels like a 1,000-piece puzzle with no picture on the box. She decides she's finally going to do better. So one month, she cuts out all eating out, cancels every streaming service, and vows not to spend a dime on anything, quote, extra. Sounds responsible, right?
It does. But after a couple of weeks, she's exhausted and deprived. She scrolled Instagram and seen a bunch of friends at brunch. She saw her coworkers' vacation photos on their TikTok. Someone's posting about buying their dream home. And she starts thinking, why can't I get it together like they do? What's wrong with me?
Well, one Friday night, she's tired and stressed. She orders takeout, then shops online just a little. But by the end of the weekend, she's overspent hundreds of dollars. And Monday morning, the guilt hits. See, I can't stick to anything. I'm terrible with my money.
That guilt doesn't motivate her, it paralyzes her. And she spends hours Googling the perfect budget template, the perfect app, binge watches personal finance videos, and overanalyzes every option only to take no action at all. Does that sound familiar? Listen, it sounds familiar to me.
I think we've all lived it at one point or the other. Now, maybe you've lived that same cycle too. Swinging between extremes, comparing yourself to others, researching endlessly, but feeling stuck and ashamed. If that's you, we want you to know we see you. Remember, we just told you, we've been there. You are not alone, and you don't have to live like this.
You really don't. I've been there. I've been there where I've done the extremes. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do this. I've been there. I have suffered an analysis paralysis where I'm trying to find everything has to line up. It has to be perfect.
Yes.
I have to know all the answers. I have to know all the outcomes before I make a move, before I take action. And then I still am stuck.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been like that in my finances. I've been like that with my health journey. And It's not until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And if we honest, what's really underneath all of that is perfectionism.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is perfectionism. And when we think of perfectionism, it's not about people being particular. Now, I know particular people where things have to be neat, nice and neat and everything has to be orderly. I'm not talking about particular, being
Right.
particular.
Right. Right.
I'm talking about perfectionism, where you have this inner dialogue that might sound familiar. What if I mess this up and lose everything? What if I let my family down? I make too much to be living like this. What's wrong with me? If I let go of control, my finances will spiral. Like, we have these extreme ideas of what it has to look like to be right, to be perfect. And so those ideas are so extreme, it causes inaction, and then we end up being stuck.
Yeah. Like, let's just pause right here. If even one of those thoughts
Yeah.
sound like the conversation in your head, I want you to take a deep breath. Remember, you are not failing. You're human. And you don't have to be perfect to be a good steward. You do not have to be perfect to be a good steward.
And you're
Breathe.
absolutely right. We need to breathe, because here's the lie that perfection tells, that if you get everything just right, you'll finally feel safe and successful. But perfection backfires.
It
It
does.
keeps you stuck, like I mentioned. You over research instead of starting. I just shared that with you. You compare yourself to curated social media highlight reels. So you compare like Alicia was doing. She's like looking at what everybody else is doing, and now feeling like in some way that that's perfect, and she isn't. And so you either do all the things or you give up completely. So you have this all or nothing mentality.
You know, there's a difference between excellence and perfection. Excellence says do your best with what you have. But perfection, it says your best isn't enough unless it's flawless. Flawless. We only know one that's flawless. One builds peace, the other builds panic. I want the excellence, which I know is going to build peace. I'm trying to stay away from perfectionism because I need to stay away from panic.
I love that you said that there's only one that's perfect.
Truly.
And there is only one that's perfect, and that's Jesus. And we are to have this heart, we are to have the mind of Christ. Yes, we are made in the image of God, but nothing about us in humanity is perfect, and it never will be. That's why progress honors God more than perfection ever will, because we can never be perfect.
Yes.
And when you only notice what's wrong, you can't see what's good. You've made progress. You pay your bills. You you keep your family afloat. You know what I'm saying? You do the things that you need to do to make sure that everybody has what they need. You've survived hard seasons. But perfection keeps moving the line, and you don't even see the progress you've made even in all those scenarios that I just mentioned. And sometimes that perfection, and let me not get ahead of myself, but sometimes that perfection comes from, we've been over criticized as a kid. We've been compared to as a
Yeah.
kid. You
Yeah.
know, look at your
That's
look
right.
at your big brother. Your big brother. If you were more like your big brother, there's so many things that happens in our lives on our journey from people who, are doing the best they can to motivate us the best they can, that sometimes we end up picking up these perfectionism tendencies. Think about the grades that you got in school, right? If you're a straight A student, you got a B, you falling apart. Or if you are a B, there are different things that happens in life where sometimes doing the best you can with what you got is enough.
You have to learn to appreciate the best that you can. And
Yeah.
when you do that, you move forward. Because while you're waiting to get it all right, time is passing. Opportunities are passing,
Yes.
joy is passing. All of those celebration chances that you would have taken because you did your best, they pass.
Yes.
That's not what God wants for you.
Mm-mm.
2 Corinthians 12 reminds us that His grace is sufficient. His power is made perfect in our weakness,
Yes.
not our perfection. Do your best.
I love that because it reminds me that God doesn't require perfect plans.
Yeah.
He asks for faithful steps. So Luke 16, verse 10 says, whoever can be trusted with little can also be trusted with much. That means start where you are, start with what you have, do the best you can with what you got. And it's so funny, and I laugh because my brother in law, I love my brother in law. My brother in law is the one in the family that's known for all his colloquialisms and sayings and whatnot. And whenever you see him and you say, "Hey, how you doing?" He was like, "I'm doing the best I can with what I got." And we laugh about it, but it's so true. I mean, that's you got to play the hand that you've been dealt.
And you have to be okay with it.
And you have to be okay with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So, what if you gave yourself permission to start messy? What if investing $50 a month, setting up a simple budget, or asking for help counted as success? Those things can count as success. It does, sis. Now, faithfulness, not flawlessness, is what leads to peace. Peace. Faithfulness leads
Yes.
to peace.
Yes.
So start where you are. It might not look right to others, but it's where you are and it's progress.
Yes. Absolutely.
Hey, can we pause for a moment? If you've been listening and thinking, I want to be more intentional with my money, but I'm not sure what my next step should be, we've created something just for you.
It's called Your First Step to Financial Fulfillment. And it's a free guided audio experience to help you align your money and mindset with clarity and confidence before you ever book a coaching session.
Inside, we walk you through powerful shifts, faith-led reflections, and the exact steps we guide our clients through when they're just starting out.
You'll walk away with a clear picture of what's holding you back, where God may be leading you next, and how to finally take that next step without pressure, fear, or overwhelm.
This is the same clarity-focused tool we use inside our coaching program, and now we're giving it to you for free.
Tap the link in the show notes or visit www.mytfcoach.com/fulfillment starts here to get instant access, or click the link in our show notes.
Your financial journey deserves clarity, not confusion.
So here are 3 ways to break free from the perfection trap. Willa already mentioned it. Celebrate small wins. You paid off a bill, celebrate. You saved $250, celebrate. It all counts. It all counts. Start messy, refine later. Your first budget doesn't have to look like the perfect budget that you saw on Pinterest. I promise you it's not going to be that. When you work with us, we already know that the first iteration of your budget is not going to be the perfect budget because there's so many things that come into play. The unexpected expenses, you haven't really accounted for everything. And most people don't even track initially. They just know how much their bills are. So you don't really capture everything to know all the areas where you're spending in so that you can make the changes that you want to make. It can take us 2 or 3 times to get your budget to move and flow in the rhythm of your life like you want it. It's not going to be perfect the first time, but you have to start somewhere.
It's just going to be individual to them.
Yeah,
It'll
absolutely.
be individual.
Yeah.
Nah.
The third thing is walk with others. Perfection will have you do it alone. And I know that's an area that I have to challenge myself in all the time because in perfectionism, you isolate. In perfectionism, you try to figure it out yourself. In perfectionism, you don't like how it looks to have to ask for help because you feel that asking for help is like a sign of weakness or whatever, and you and you feel like, well, I should know this. They're gonna think that by now I should know this, and you won't put yourself in a position to ask for the help that you need. But wisdom says get support. So if you are a lone ranger and you gonna figure it out yourself, and oftentimes figuring it out yourself causes more stress and frustration because you could ask one question or get support from somebody and get to your results way quicker, get to the outcome that you desire much quicker
Yeah. Yeah.
than you would if you do it alone. So celebrate your small wins. Start messy, refine it later. One of our business coaches tells us that all the time. Start messy. Just get it done.
Yes.
You can fix
Yes.
it later.
Just start.
And then the third is walk with others.
Now, ask yourself, what is one money decision that you've delayed because you are waiting for perfect? Now, we all have some. I'm just saying what is one, but there are some, and we can all start spewing them out. But picture yourself taking that one step this week. No delay. Take that step this week. How would you feel? Would you feel lighter? Would you feel proud? Would you feel relieved? You moved from stuck. It's time to celebrate. You should feel lighter. You should be proud. And you should be relieved because you're moving, making progress.
Yeah. Here's another. Whose highlight reel are you comparing yourself to? And how is that serving you? God has you on a unique path, your path, the path that He has laid out, the path that He has created for you, the path that He has gone before you, for you. It's your path. You don't have to copy anyone else's picture of success.
Imagine yourself a year from now. You're not overthinking every decision or shaming yourself over every misstep. You feel peace about your money. You've made steady, faithful progress. That's what happens when you stop chasing perfect and start walking in grace. You have moved from stuck to faithful progress. You're making steady, faithful progress. In a year, think about it. Think about that.
We've made more progress when we've moved forward and just did it, just started. We've made great progress by getting advice, working with our wealth partners, working with our other coaches, asking questions. I'm telling you, being in community helps you with your perfectionism. And we celebrate a lot of small wins because as entrepreneurs, you need that to keep yourself motivated because entrepreneurship is hard. And so you need those small wins. There is another exercise that we got from another coach that I absolutely love. And we were giving an assignment where we were told to create a brag book. And the brag book is a book that you make so that you see all of your accomplishments, all of the big, small. And so when you're in those moments when you feel stuck, because sometimes you feel like, I don't even have a small win to celebrate. Yes, you do.
Yep.
You go look in that brag book and remind yourself of who you are, what you've done. Give yourself, celebrate that you're no longer stuck where you were, celebrate that you are trying to move forward. Get out of the hamster wheel of analysis paralysis and over researching and all of that so that you can honor who you are, honor the work that you've done in the past, and keep moving forward. Even though if it looks different, even though the season of life may be different, keep moving forward. So, like Willis said, imagine a year from now
Yeah.
where you would be 6 months from now, 3 months from now, where
Next
you
week.
be
Are you gonna
if
start
you
this
just take
week?
action.
That's
Take
right.
action on something, whatever financial thing that you answered in that question that you haven't moved on. Take action.
I love the ideal of the brag book also and looking back because you think about all the accomplishments that you've made And then it reminds you, like, I didn't think I could do that, but you did,
Yeah.
and you were successful. And it encourages you. It really does. So, creating and looking at from time to time your
Mm-hmm.
brag book, it's a wonderful thing to bring positive emotions and encouragement to yourself, to
Yes.
yourself. One of those
Yes.
songs I remember, gospel song said, encourage yourself. That's
Yes.
what you have to do sometime. You got to do
Yes.
it.
Yes. To break out of that cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what we help women like you do inside our Wealth and Wisdom Steward Circle. Our enrollment is going to open soon, but you don't have to wait to start. Get on the wait list today and access your free guided audio experience, your first step to financial fulfillment. And it's designed to help you quiet the noise, break the cycle of perfectionism, and help you connect your faith to your finances.
So come on, get on that wait list. Just go to www.mytfcoach.com/fulfillment. Starts here. Sis, you don't need flawless. You need forward. And we'll walk that journey with you. You need to be in the steward circle because that's where progress will begin.
Yes. So until next time, remember progress honors God more than perfection ever will. And as always, our end goal for you is to activate the power of your steward identity and discover your unique path to financial fulfillment. Trusting God, trusting yourself, and trusting the process. Bye for now and continue to tap into wealth and wisdom together.